You know the seriousness of cancer. You know the toll it takes mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, and physically. It causes stress in your own mind and body as well as in your relationships with friends and family. It can make it hard to do the things you've always done as a human being, a parent, or an employee. There's nothing in your daily existence that cancer doesn't touch. It's an exhausting villain to fight, and it wipes you out in so many ways that are hard to explain to people who haven't felt the impact of this horrific disease in their own lives. There are cases where it strikes quickly, but it is more common when cancer manifests after years of specific habits. Good examples of this are smoking and overexposure to ultraviolet rays, which result in lung cancer and skin cancer, respectively. Experts estimate that more than half the cases of cancer are preventable with lifestyle changes. In 2012, the World Health Organization or WHO reported more than 14 million new cases of cancer, which resulted in more than 8.2 million deaths worldwide. They expect these numbers to skyrocket over the next 20 years by a whopping 70% globally. I point this out because you'll note that several of the most common and aggressive cancers have to do with your gastrointestinal system. The function of your body that processes the food you eat, distributes it around your body as needed, and does its best to dump the leftover toxins. That makes it a major area of your daily life that dramatically affects your prevention and ultimately your survival of cancer. The food and beverages you consume, the fuel your body uses to fight disease, is critical to your overall well-being. Some foods are worse for you than others and are increasing your risk of many conditions and diseases. While cancer is one of the worst, regularly eating the cancer-causing foods in our top 10 list can also lead to heart disease, diabetes, chronic inflammation, and so much more. 1. Genetically modified foods or GMOs. The rapidly growing industry of genetically modified crops are infiltrating our food supply at an alarming rate. More than 90% of our corn and soy are now genetically modified. This fairly new practice is the source of many debates. Experts agree that adequate testing was not done before GMO foods were added to the ingredient listing of thousands of products. In other words, no one, including the growers and manufacturers of GMO foods, knows the long-term effect they will have on human health. Look for GMO-free labels whenever possible, or buy organic, which always means a product is not genetically modified. 2. Microwave popcorn. From the chemically lined bag to the actual contents, microwave popcorn is at the center of lung cancer debates around the world. Not only are the kernels and oil likely GMO, which the manufacturer does not have to disclose unless organic, the fumes released from artificial butter flavoring contain diacetyl, which is toxic to humans. Make your own organic popcorn the old-fashioned way. It tastes better, doesn't release toxic fumes, and is a healthier choice for you. 3. Canned goods. Most cans are lined with a product called bisphenol A or BPA, which has been shown to genetically alter the brain cells of rats. Many plastic goods, thermal paper, water lines, and many dental composites also contain BPA. Stick to fresh or frozen vegetables that have no added ingredients for your family's table. These are better for you and available year-round. 4. Grilled red meat. While grilled food can taste delicious, scientists have discovered that preparing meats in this way, especially processed meats like hot dogs, releases a carcinogen called heterocyclic aromatic amines. When you grill red meat to the point of well done, it changes the chemical and molecular structure of the meat. You're better off baking, broiling, or preparing meat in a skillet than on the grill. 5. Refined sugar. The biggest cancer-causing food is high fructose corn syrup or HFCS and other refined sugars. Even brown sugar is highly refined white sugar with some of the removed molasses added back in for flavor and color. Refined sugars and foods made with them are the source of major insulin spikes and feed the growth of cancer cells. Since the majority of the sugar supply in the U.S. is made using genetically modified GMO sugar beets, a healthier option is organic honey, coconut sugar, or maple sugar. Now that oncologists are using diabetes medication to fight cancer cells, there's no doubt that those mutated cancer cells love sugar. 6. Salted, pickled, and smoked foods. These products typically contain preservatives, such as nitrates, which are intended to prolong shelf life. The additives used in processed foods can accumulate in your body over time. Eventually, such toxins cause damage at the cellular level and lead to diseases like cancer. When smoked foods are cooked at high temperatures, the nitrates are converted to the much more dangerous nitrites. Note: by pickled foods we don't mean the fermented foods you make at home. 7. Soda and carbonated beverages. Sodas have been at the center of the health debate for 2 decades as a major cancer-causing food. Filled with high fructose corn syrup or HFCS, dyes, and a host of other chemicals, they are very bad for every aspect of your health. They provide zero nutritional value and rob your body of the nutrients you get from other foods. Adding diet to the label means you're also likely consuming aspartame, which is no better than rat poison to human cells. 8. White flour. When flour is refined, all nutritional value is removed. Then it's bleached with chlorine gas to make it more appealing to consumers. The glycemic index for white flour is very high, meaning it spikes your insulin levels without providing nutritional fuel. Carbohydrates are converted to sugars by your body, so excessive products that contain white flour can lead to increased insulin resistance. Simple sugars like refined carbohydrates are the preferred fuel source for cancer. 9. Farmed fish. Commercial fish farming involves raising an incredible number of fish such as salmon, in a crowded environment. More than 60% of the salmon consumed in the United States comes from a farming operation where they are treated with antibiotics, pesticides, and other carcinogenic chemicals to try and control the bacterial, viral, and parasitic outbreaks that result from cramming so many fish in a small space. Farmed fish also don't have as much omega-3 as wild salmon. 10. Hydrogenated oils. Vegetable oils are chemically extracted from their source, chemically treated, and more chemicals are added to change the smell and taste. They're packed with unhealthy omega-6 fats that Americans already consume way too much of and have been proven to alter the structure of our cell membranes.